Hey guys! I finally read The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins. Why didn't I start it sooner? I've been interested in this since it was first hyped up way back when it came out, but honestly the real reason I read this because I've been wanting to watch the movie for a while, and you know me, I don't watch movies before I read the books unless I'm very disinterested in the book. I'm so glad I read this before watching the movie because it's so amazing, and I would have hated myself for watching the movie first because no way will it be anywhere near as good or as suspenseful as this book has been, and that was the best Friday night of my life. The characters, the plot, the individual stories, and of course the mysteries were such a thrill. I am happy to say that I kind of guessed who the bad guy was, although like he was one of several options, but this was still such a fun ride and I'm so happy to have read it. Super mad at myself for waiting this long, but at least I read it. When I first started reading this, I was kind of unsure as to whether or not I would like it because the main character that we first start reading off of is Rachel's perspective, and she is not exactly a lovable character, at least not at the beginning, maybe not ever. I just found that a teeny bit hard to deal with, although I did try my very best not to judge her. I'm sure a few judgments slipped through, or a lot. I tried my very best not to hate her because after Gone Girl, I realized that in mystery novels, especially, not everything is always as it seems. Or more accurately, nothing is ever like what it seems. Still though, her perspectives were very depressing and stalkery and quite unusual and made me feel really weird and uncomfortable inside, so it was really hard to withhold my judgments. But luckily I kept on reading because there's so much that happens. Essentially she's still the same person, but there's just so much going on and everything makes sense, and wow. There are also two other characters that we read from as the book goes on. What I loved about all these three characters are that they're so different and yet so interesting, and there are things that connect their lives. It's just really cool seeing them all together. All three of the women that we read from in this book, they all make me super uncomfortable, and I question all of their decisions and their moral lifestyles. So yay for that, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. At the beginning especially, the story can feel a bit repetitive, especially because Rachel is the girl on the train, She's always on the commuter train in the morning, always going to her work, her job, and viewing things. We get timestamps so we know that when she is saying what, because she's always on the train in the beginning. Luckily it diversifies a bit after that, but the beginning can be a bit bleh, but it all counts. It's all important. Just trust me on that. I'm not lying. Funnily enough, Rachel's life is also a carousel in that she takes the commuter train every single morning. She's an alcoholic, so a whole bunch of things get blanked out for her, and that's repetitive. She goes back to her home, blah blah blah. Her life just, it's a continuous circle of depressingness. That is also a bit repetitive, but that also diversifies, but essentially kind of not, but it's so good. I feel like I've said this a lot lately, but this is another book where it's definitely best to go into it knowing absolutely nothing, same as with Gone Girl, and I feel like I've recommended that for something else too, but this one, definitely go into it knowing nothing about the plot. Although if you do know something about it, obviously it's still going to be a great read. Make sure to have zero expectations when reading this book other than the fact that it will be amazing. There is absolutely no way you will be disappointed by it because it's so wow. Probably the first person ever to say that in a sentence because it's not grammatically correct. Yes. To be quite honest, it's not even the mysteries so much as all the psychological stuff and the domestic things and the messed up characters of all of the three characters that we read from that makes this book so intense and thrilling and gripping. All of that plus the author's writing comes together to make this stupendous book, and it's just such an amazing story that you do not want to miss out on by watching the movie first. Don't watch the movie first. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. So yeah, this was a super amazing read that I recommend to every single person in the entire world. I don't even care if you read mystery. You're gonna read this mystery because I told you to. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. That was a really quick review of such an amazing book, but honestly, there's not much I can say without spoiling it. Actually, there's not much I can say at all because it's so good and cannot be put into my words. Only the author can do that justice, so go check this out now if you haven't, and if you have, please tell me your thoughts. Did you love this book as much as I did? Probably, but I still want to hear what you think. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos. See you later, guys!